Just how good is Josh Hayes? Consider this. In 2012, the man rode his blue #1 Yamaha to the top step of the podium 16 times, with only one race representing a less than top 10 finish. Amazing clearly represents a gross understatement. Now add to that the fact that the 2012 season represented a third year in a row that the Mississippi Missile had accomplished essentially the same thing, clinching the National Guard Superbike title, to say the least. Authority.
Checkered flag and a sweep of the weekend to Josh Hayes.
At the beginning of 2013, a man who'd already written so much into the heritage of the sport stood ready to make history, to become the first rider to achieve 4 consecutive championships. All the way to the start of the coronation.
Right now, things are going good. We're staying on our program, and it seems to be working.
Ready to roll. We're green. Josh Hayes take that lead.
Then came Daytona.
Well, I think Josh Hayes got a problem. He's dipping down now. He's definitely got issues.
Then came disaster.
Oh, and Hayes has a huge issue. We're getting reports. He's pulling it up and is parking it.
Man, my Daytona sucked. You know, we've said it for years since I started racing and since I ever went to Daytona. It's been, we want to survive through Daytona.
Josh is out. He's going to have a long season to recoup some points.
I've done probably more training than I've ever done. I took everything to a whole new level. I had such a bad Daytona, I just wanted to hurt because I want to make sure that when I show up at Elkhart Lake, it's all I've thought about is now I want to hurt the rest of those guys. I want to make them hurt and feel what I've been feeling for the last couple of weeks. And I'm really looking forward to getting back on the motorcycle. And I get to focus on one thing, and that is that I don't care about second place. So I have really nothing to lose trying to get myself back in the show.
So the question is, can this man change around his fortunes of just 9 paltry points and finally go for his 4th consecutive title? Network. As we've seen already, this season has started in the most unpredictable manner. To find out what's brewing right here on the grid, let's go down to Scott.
Starting second and third.
Down here on the pit road, you can see all the riders getting ready to go out. And Danny Eslick, first off, I have to ask you, how's everybody back home in Oklahoma?
Man, all my family's good. You know, it's definitely major devastation down there in Oklahoma City and more. So, you know, thoughts and prayers to all the families and, you know, loved ones and everybody out there. But, you know, it's a bad situation. And, you know, hopefully we can go out and maybe get a win under our belt for everybody out there.
Well, I'd like to know, what's your plan here for the race? You got a plan?
I mean, gas this thing up. The Michael Jordan Motorsports National Guard Suzuki. We're going to twist the grip off this thing and try to get it up to the front.
There you hear it. Let's keep an eye on Danny. He's trying to get his first podium of the year on the Suzuki.
That means he's going to turn that throttle all day long to maximum speed. It won't be desperate, Dan. It's going to be time for winning here in Wisconsin for the AMA Pro Superbike Road America Race Round 2 in a moment.
AMA Superbike on CBS Sports Network is brought to you by 1-800-MOTORCYCLE. The lawyers at 1-800-MOTORCYCLE remind you to ride safe tonight. 1-800-MOTORCYCLE. Lawyers helping injured riders. Call or click anytime for a free consultation. And by Yamaha. Yamaha is the first name in motorsports.
Welcome back to the AMA Pro National Guard Superbike Championship. I'm Jonathan Green, and we're at Road America for round 2. The sun is shining. It may be a little bit breezy, but here's how it stands in the points. Josh Herring leading the way by just 1 point over Martin Cardenas in second place. Larry Pegram in third. And as we go further down, Fillmore in 7th position. David Anthony in 8th position, but still early days. But 18th is Josh Hayes, a long way back. Now, these riders, of course, have all achieved the highest level of AMA Championship competition, but in turn, each knows full well that there are many very talented riders eager to take their place on that Superbike grid. Diana Dahlgren reporting.
Reese and Brett Wacker, the very close father-son duo that make up the privateer Superbike team of Wacker Racing. You can find Reese behind the number 78 GSXR 1000. You can find Brett doing about everything else. And of course, their team mascot, Bella, is St. Bernard.
Bella's not much help on the race weekends, but my dad, on the other hand, you can count on him. My dad does it all. He does the crew chief, the pit guys, tire changer, you name it, the driver. Still has a full-time job.
We eat, sleep, and breathe it, and all of our time and all our resources and all that stuff go right straight to it. So it's a way of life, and for some people it's not, and others people's it is, and that's where we are. We just like it. It's a way of life. We enjoy it.
So join Bella in keeping a close eye on Reese Wacker, because he just might be the next Moto champion.
There was a thought that the weather here at Elkhart Lake might change, but it seems pretty clear, and the track is dry for sure, as it wasn't overnight. We had big thunderstorms here. There you can see the wind breezing, but it's pretty good conditions. Let's go down to the grid and see what the latest is with Danielle Till.
The number 2 of Josh Herring sitting first in points right now. How important is this race for you, and what kind of pressure are you feeling?
This race is important. You know, we only have 7 more rounds left in the year, and just try and get a good start here and get some good points coming out of here. We didn't have a very good qualifying session. We've been kind of slow since we unloaded the bikes, and you know, race day is usually pretty good for me here at Road America. I've had a few wins on the 600 in the past, and just trying to put this thing up towards the front of the pack and try and get some good, valuable points leading out of here.
The number 2, Josh Herring, looking to stay number 1.
Plenty of jostling for position between the two Joshes, I'm sure. But what are the keys to the race, Scott Russell?
Well, obviously the start's very important here. The turn 5 area, which is one of the hardest braking zones, and you're going to see a lot of riders get sucked in the draft on the first lap because there's such a big pack. Easily to make a mistake right there. Hanging with Hayes is one of the big deals. Weather so far, don't think that's going to be an issue today. Yeah, in fact, actually, that's the biggest story for me. I didn't think it was going to be like this. The conditions set perfect, though, for more wizardry in Wisconsin. Join us after the break for Superbike action. Just north of here in Reedsville, Wisconsin, is the shop of Mitch Hansen, who runs KTM's road racing efforts. Riders Taylor Knapp and Chris Fillmore were up there earlier this week to check on their bikes. And once that business was done, it was time to try out Mitch Hansen's motocross track out in the backyard. Boys seem to do well at home on the dirt, as well as the pavement. Welcome back to Road America. As you can see, they're on the warm-up lap, so let's take a look at how it stands for the grid for this one. Josh Hayes right where he needs to be, but he's going to be under pressure once again, Scott. He really is. His teammate Josh Herring leads the points as they come into this race, so look for big things from him. Chris Clark's another man to look for. Suzuki looking strong here this weekend. Yeah, this is a fast racetrack, and the Yoshimura Suzuki team, they've always produced great motorcycles, so those two riders will have a great shot at a win here today, actually. And don't forget, Larry Pegram, third in the championship going into this one. See Taylor Knapp back. He's still trying to find his way with the KTM, and that bike is constantly under development, let's say. It's a new bike to the series, fairly new, and they still got a long way to go. So a lot of racing to come, and as you see, the grid set fair, just where Josh Hayes needs to be. Is he going to do what he did last time out? That's the question. So what about this track for him and the rest of those riders? Well, again, you see this big, fast racetrack right here. It's all about horsepower. It's all about hard braking. And
when you talk about turn 3 right here, that's what I like. When you get a good drive down that long Andretti straightaway, down here in this turn 5 area, that's where you're going to see some overtaking. You're going to see guys making some mistakes. We've seen a lot of stuff happen earlier today. Here we go, this carousel. That's what the track's really known for, a long duration right-hand corner, so keep an eye on those sections.
Interestingly enough, the wet weather we expected, it did not come. And look at that, puffy clouds in the distance there and clear blue skies. Temperature 77 degrees. Humidity, though, quite high at 69% and 15 miles an hour winds. Will it make much difference?
No, I don't think so. I think the weather's pretty much perfect. I just walked in from out there, and these riders couldn't ask for a better day here in Wisconsin.
Well, Josh Hayes needs to start making it count, and he needs to start doing it now. Can he do it?
Of course he can do it. You know, he's 3-time champ, and there's a reason for that. He's got the best, one of the best motorcycles, and the best attitude, I think, too.
Let's go racing then at Road America, and away they go. Field spreading out towards that first corner. Turn 1, the right-hander. And at the moment, Cardenas with the start in the whole shot. Great start by Martin.
Well, the man who qualified second and the closest man to Josh Hayes, as he looks down the inside, Hayes, he wants to take that position right away, but as they touch going into 3.
They did actually touch, and that also gave Hayden and a few others. I think Herron got through there as well, but boy, what that was close.
Cardenas is lucky to keep that motorcycle on the racetrack, and that's how much business he really means. The number 1 comes in here, pushes his main competition right out of the way, but his teammate's right there.
Yeah, Josh Herron right where he needs to be as they go into turn 5. Boy, that was some shenanigans there in turn 3. That could have got nasty, but it didn't. Everybody clearly through. There is down. Kawasaki, 3 riders down. Wow. So you said the inevitable turn 5 catches everybody out.
And it's hard when you're coming in there. It's hard when you're coming in there by yourself. When you're coming in there in a pack of riders, as it is on the start, this is what can happen.
It looks as though everybody's okay, and therefore I'm not too worried about a red flag situation, and they can get those bikes with this long lap of over 4 miles. So 2 of them go through nicely and starting to pull away. Boy, that was close at the start, though. Here's the first incident. Look at this, touching elbows.
Well, you can see Hayes has got the line, and Martin starts to lean in. He knows I got to start turning the motorcycle right now, and there's a bike in my way. So they came together, not a real big deal. Very exciting times for Martin.
And just when everything was looking as though it's going to be okay, drama at the back as well. Skittles, literally at 5.
It was 2 different incidents in one right there. The Kawasaki rider on the inside made a mistake, took the other rider out, and so on behind him it went on. These riders are all okay. They're up, pushing their bikes out of the way, and the race continues.
And it's game over for this man, and hit the reset button. Meanwhile, back at the front, Hayes, Cardenas, Hayden, Herron, Pegram, Aslick right up there. Fillmore in 7th place. Jeff May in 8th position at the moment as they go back up the hill. Oh, a moment there, a little bit of a wiggle.
That's perfect for Cardenas. He's going to get the run on Herron as they go over the top of the hill for the first time by. I wanted to see how the Suzuki-Yamaha battle matched up. Looks like the Yamaha might have the edge a little bit. Even losing the drive, the number 2 bike is still able to run right beside the 36, but he took the lead, took the spot.
Yeah, I think the thing is, as you say, that little wiggle was all he needed to get through. And just lost him a little bit of power. But what about top-end power between the 2 of them? Here, obviously, we'll see that disadvantage created here.
You can see Herron goes to the throttle. The track's a bit bumpy in that section. Looks like the suspension loaded and then unloaded and allowed the tire to slightly spin.
Is that when you ask where my traction control went?
Well, it's there, and that's probably what saved him from going flying off the high side. So he's got it all to do over again. Now Cardenas is probably upset a little bit about that first lap incident with Hayes, so now he's going to be seeing a little bit of red. Now can he run that number 1 down?
Well, he's seeing a good gap too, because over a second now between them, and now he's got to really put his head down and do some work with 12 to go. Good battle also. Roger Hayden in 4th at the moment. Mike Pegram up to 5th. May got up to 6th. He's moved forward. Yates still in the top 10. He's in 8th at the moment. And Clark moves into the top 10. He's gone forward. How about this little battle out? Number 99, May, just ahead of Fillmore. The KTM, obviously, that dirt tracking did us some good here.
Well,
Local boys.
This is hometown for those guys. They obviously want to do good, but you know, this is a horsepower racetrack, and they're still working to get the most out of that motorcycle right now, and they're down a little bit on speed, but I think Fillmore did a great job putting the bike on the grid where he did, and now right here running with another hometown team, the Eric Buell Racing, the 99 of Jeff May, and the 23 Danny Essick right behind him.
I know, you've got two distinctive names out there. And just going back to the KTM, when it first came out, it was real space age to look at. Still is, but how good is that bike, and is it still in development?
It's definitely in development stages right now, and, you know, I don't know how much money they're throwing at that program, but obviously they've got work to do, but I think they've made some good strides. Talking to Phil Moore earlier before the race, the bike's moving around a little bit, and that may have something to do with this new tire we've got out here this weekend.
23, Essick, he said he was going for it, and he's twisting that throttle, isn't he?
Yeah, well, you know, I think I talked about it in the pre-race about the electronics on these motorcycles. As Essick swings out, and this is a perfect example of horsepower. You see how the Suzuki just drove right around the KTM, and you can see the work that the KTM guys are going to have to do in that department. But the electronics package, like I was talking about, has a cap on it. Danny Essick said, forget the cap, turn the stuff off, let me ride it like old school. So it's off.
Yeah, it is, and he's moving very quickly indeed, past the 11 and now all over the 99. Let's go down to Danielle.
Tough break for the number 78 of Reese Wacker. He's a privateer out here this weekend. Reese, turn 5 got the best of you.
Yeah, they got a bad start. My clutch was kind of slipping on the start. That's why you saw it go automatically into a wheelie, but tried making up going into turn 5, and I don't know if it was because the tires weren't up to temperature yet or not, but just went right out from underneath me.
Luckily, Reese is okay. Number 78 off the track for today.
Oh, somebody else is also off track. Who's that? And he's okay.
That's Chris Clark, I want to say.
Yeah. Well, he's got it restarted. I think he just missed his braking point.
Again, turn 5.
Yeah, it's the same thing, isn't it? Up to 6 again. And, yeah, no problems for Clark. Let's have a look at what happened. I think it's just a classic outbrake maneuver, yeah. He turned in.
Well, there's we didn't get to see quite exactly what happened. Didn't really look like it was Chris's fault on that deal.
I think he was turning in, and the bike in front of him, he couldn't turn any further. So he had to pull out of it. Look at the lead, and this is exactly what we expected. Through the woods of Wisconsin goes the number 1. And Josh Hayes is on a mission, quite literally. He was scorned at Daytona when things didn't work out. He wants to change all that here at Road America, and that's exactly what he's doing as he leads here. Now, winning here at Elkhart Lake was not an easy task in 2010. Josh Hayes had his hands full with 22 of Tommy Hayden, chasing him the entire race. Hayes pulled off a victory by an incredible 0.001 seconds. Hayden thought about it overnight, and Hayes made a rare mistake going off into the dirt on the final lap, giving Hayden the last laugh in his second career Superbike victory. Welcome back, Jonathan Green and Scott Russell bringing you CBS action of the AMA Pro Superbike Round 2 with Josh Hayes, the champion, going for his 4th consecutive title. But after Daytona, boy, it's an uphill battle as he goes up the hill through turn 6. But he's making it count right now. 3 seconds he leads, and I think he's been sandbagging all weekend. 2:12.8 as somebody else goes bang.
Dustin Dominguez on the Eric Buell Racing. It's like he's definitely got internal engine problems on that deal, and his day's over.
Yeah. We all want to be smoking that motorcycle, but not that way. Oh, wow, and that could cause a problem, Scott, if he's put anything down on the track itself.
That's in the turn 2 area right there as they're coming over the hill, getting ready to brake for turn 3. We'll have to wait and see. The good thing was he got to the inside pretty quick and got off the racing line.
More importantly, he's okay. Hayes leads from Cardenas. Look at that, 3 seconds now over Herron, even further back in 3rd. Herron, of course, starting this day as the championship leader. Hayden and Pegram, 54 and 72. That's the battle for 4th between Hayden and Pegram.
And you can see Essick in the background as you come through the fast wooded section right here, braking for Canada Corner. See Roger setting the bike on the outside line a little bit. Larry tends to turn in a little bit earlier on the Yamaha. There's really nowhere to go on the exit of that corner, so it doesn't really matter if you turn in a little bit early or a little bit late. 2 different options for 2 different riders, 2 different manufacturers. Now we're going to have a little drag race as we go up the front straightaway. Larry looks like he's got a good run right here to pick up that throttle. The TC will be working on both these bikes over time as they try to put that 200-plus horsepower to the ground right here.
Scotty, how happy is Larry right now? He's raced so many years now and have been on different manufacturers, but this bike, this time, has got to be what he wants because he's got the same spec as Josh, and he's using it.
Well, he's had some success in the past on Ducatis. Then he went with the BMW package, and that didn't really work out for him. Now, we believe that this might be the best package right out on the racetrack. It's developed by the Graves team, and Larry's got to be happy about what's going on right now.
Okay, then, this battle continues. Pegram and Hayden going good. Let's go down to Danielle, down in the pits.
I'm down here with Roger Hayden, number 54's crew chief. Carl Steyer lost a position. Can you tell us what's going on?
I'm not even sure. I think Roger just made a mistake somewhere. There's a bit of a tailwind going into 5, so maybe he got in there too deep, and he lost a couple seconds that lap, so I don't know. We'll see if we can make it up. We should be able to beat Larry, I hope.
There you have it, number 54, looking to make things up later in the race.
So the battles continue here between the 72 and the 54. Bright sunshine here at Road America, just what we wanted, though we didn't expect it. Rain tires were supposed to be on, and everybody was getting ready for that kind of weather. But as it is, round 2 has given us the perfect start to the weekend. Nash right at the back, he's crashed out too, as he did in the previous race. And there
Taylor Knapp
on the KTM. And it looks as though he's still got the bike going. Maybe he got too much dirt in it when he was doing the grass track earlier in the week. But local man goes back for KTM. That bike looks so beautiful. It's a shame to see it at that speed.
I know. It's great to have them out here and participating in our AMA series. It's just great. The more manufacturers, the better.
Quick way from Josh as he monsters by. Cardenas in second place, but a long way now. And this is Josh in the zone, as we've seen so many times before. Now, it is going to be an uphill battle, but the beauty of this season, Scott, is this man is right up against it at every race weekend. He's almost got to be on the knife edge of immaculate every weekend if he wants to get that 4th title, which no one's done.
I know, and it's going to be fun to watch to see how he handles it. I mean, he's going to be attacking all year long, but this man right here is 36. He looks like he's clawed back just a tick back on him on a second that time, half a second or so. So Josh may be playing a game here and letting him kind of get close, but nevertheless, Cardenas has pulled away from Josh Hayes' teammate, Josh Herron, as you see right here. And they had a little race going on a couple of laps ago, so Martin's found a little something and pulling away, and it looks like he's closer for sure, visibly.
Yeah, Josh Hayes, top lap, 2:12.8. Cardenas.
The last lap by 2:14 and the 2:13 by Martin, so that gap's closed. These guys still battling as they're breaking into turn 5 down here. Larry's gotten by him now, and it looks like he's set his sights a little ahead now.
You know, Pegram really didn't have the best of qualifying. In fact, actually, I got a glimpse out of the corner of my eye last night of him getting some advice from Josh Hayes about certain corners. So he means business, but it's not been plain sailing, has it?
No, it's good for him to be able to go up there and bounce stuff off Josh, and the guy who knows this bike inside and out. Larry had some issues this morning. The bike had a pinch fuel line, so he was in, out. The whole session didn't really get any good time in.
What amazes me, everybody's so polite here in America. I mean, Josh Hayes sharing information, giving away information to a man who's 3rd in the championship. You wouldn't find Carl Fogarty doing that in your day.
No, you wouldn't. And that just shows you how confident that Josh is. I mean, I could tell you whatever you want, you know, and we don't really know what he's telling him. Could be anything, but nevertheless, he knows when they hit the racetrack that this guy's still got to beat me heads up, and he feels like he's confident enough I can do that.
I think you're absolutely right. Josh Hayes is just in a world of his own right now. I don't think he minds sharing it. Well, talking of being down with Josh Hayes, Danielle's right there in his pit.
Jim Roach, crew chief to number 1, Josh Hayes. Jim, is this the way to make up those lost points from Daytona?
Yeah, this is our game plan. We want to pretty much take any point we can take. So if we can lead every race and take lead all the laps and then win the race, if we can hold on to do that, then yeah, that's our way back to the championship.
Now, what is it about you guys that gives Josh the bike that's able to do this?
I didn't quite hear you on that one. Sorry. I didn't.
What kind of bike, what do you guys do that makes Josh's bike just so much faster than everybody else's?
It's just Josh's effort, I think, out there. You know, we got teammates here. We got a couple other Yamahas. Bikes are working pretty good for all of them, and Josh just puts the effort in and gets it done.
There you have it. Josh Hayes, number 1, running out front.
Yeah, and reliable as you like. Thanks, Danielle. And yeah, no question about it. This is, you can see by his body language, he's going great.
Just heard the other KTM's in trouble too. So not a good day for KTM here at Road America. There's the gap, and it's coming down, though.
Well,
so Josh
actually,
isn't out of the woods just yet.
You know, it flip-flopped. The time before, Cardenas was a little bit quicker. Now Hayes has picked it up. So he may have made a slight mistake after that one lap. Now he seems to be back on track and back to his ways of not really putting the wheel wrong and really putting the hammer down on these guys. But Martin's done a great job. It's going to be interesting to watch throughout the year how Josh has got to claw back every point. You heard Jim Roach, his crew chief, talk about we need points for pole. We need points for leading every lap. And we need to win as many races as we can. But Cardenas and Herron, it's going to be interesting to see how they play it. Are they going to run too hard? Are they going to push too hard and make mistakes? They're going to have to be the smart ones and take second on the day that they can and get the wins when they can.
Here's Chris Fillmore in 8th position. Well, I heard he was in trouble, but it doesn't look too bad to me. KTM looks fine.
Yeah, I mean, he's out there doing laps right now, and his last time by was a 2:18 opposed to his quickest lap at a 2:16. So, yeah, we're not sure if he made a mistake or if the tires are dropping off a little bit on that KTM, and that's what he said too. He said the thing's really good on new tires. When the tire starts to go off a little bit, he said that's when it becomes really hard to ride, Scott.
Scott, what are your your expectations for KTM this season?
Like I said, it's hard to say how much money are they throwing at the program, and that's really it. You know, I mean, if you're gonna develop a motorcycle, you got to have the right riders giving the right input, and you got to have a good financial, some money behind you, spending it. You know, somebody spending it in the right places.
Roger Hayden doing the business on the 54. He's got away from number 72, Larry Pegram, and doing a good job at it too. He's just got enough of a gap now where this battle that was tailpipe to tailpipe a moment ago has now changed, and Roger's got a little bit of a gap as they come over the hill, a little bit of a wheelie as he crosses the line for another lap, and he'll see his board and know that he's got that lead now. We go with 5 laps to go though, plenty more action still to come. And having said that, under braking, here comes Pegram again. This battle looks as though it's set to continue. Josh Hayes though leading. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back here on CBS. Fasten your chin strap for the heart-stopping action of Arena Football League. Don't miss the San Jose Sabercats as they take on Spokane Shock tonight at 10 Eastern, only on CBS Sports Network. Welcome back to the action, and there has been some here at the Superbike of Road America Round 2. And number 2, it was Josh Herron, the championship leader, getting himself in trouble moments ago. But now he seems to have recovered just slightly. Here's what happened. Well, in the gravel, that's not where he meant to be.
That's on the outside of turn 1. We didn't see exactly what happened. He looks like he may have outbroke himself. Easy to do. And now he's back, as you see, behind Chris Fillmore.
And he passes him quickly just a moment ago, and he really is on a charge now, going from 3rd to 8th and then back up to 7th. But points meet prizes, and Josh Hayes is smiling. He doesn't know about it yet. But this is just what Herron did not want.
And that's what I was talking about, how these guys are going to approach these races. They're going to have to keep it together. They can't afford to give anything away to Josh. So they need to score maximum points, whether it be 2nd or 3rd. And already Herron has been the first one to make the mistake.
I know, what a story this is going to be. And I do feel that the likes of Josh Herron are the ones with the pressure on him. And I think that's literally what Hayes has taught us this weekend, which is he knows he's a bit of a machine. He knows how good he is. And if he just keeps doing what he did last year, what he's been doing for years, he's going to outsight these guys. And he's done it again today.
He really has. I mean, I think the real competition is going to come from the man in 2nd. There's going to be the day that Martin has the bike and feels it on that day, and he's going to challenge Josh here and there. But I think Josh is so strong mentally, physically. There's not a more physical rider out here. This guy trains harder than anybody out here, and it shows right now. And the team behind him is pretty much flawless.
Well, he's just cruising right now, that's for sure, with 3 to go. Cardenas in 2nd, Hayden still 3rd. 2:14.9, 2:14.6 from Pegram, and then it drops off. Eslick, May, Herron, Dan still in 7th position, but you can see 2:13.9 by Herron last time out. He's on the way up, but he's got a lot of work to do. He's going to catch up with 3 to go.
Yeah, something to watch might be Eslick and Pegram as we kind of go along here. Eslick only 3 seconds behind Larry right now, so Danny's made some pretty big inroads. As I talked about a little bit too, if we get a chance to see him, but we'll keep our eye on that.
Well, there's no question in my mind. Josh Hayes, his state of mind says it all. He knows exactly where he is and what he's doing.
Josh Hayes definitely doing the business. Time running out for those chasing.
I feel that the pressure is on them, you know, and that I have nothing to lose, which means I'm free to go for it. I'm not worried about crashing. If I fall down and fail trying to get to the front and win every race the rest of the season, at least I gave it everything. I can sleep at night if that's the case, but if I go out there and I'm careful and I just never even get myself where I have a chance, that's the thing that I'm going to have nightmares about, and Melissa's going to be beating me because I just didn't give it my all. So it's pretty simple and straightforward for me.
That's exactly right. Simple and straightforward, and that's what he's making it here at Road America. And, you know, that state of mind says it all. He's been that way all weekend long, and he just knows exactly how it stands and how it, you know, stacks up.
As it goes right now, there won't be any nightmares tonight. He'll be sleeping good.
Yeah, I think his wife will be making him dinner tonight, I think. Well, we're coming down to the closing stages, 2 to go. We're looking obviously at Cardenas to see if he can do anything. Race ending right now, though. Cardenas would be the points leader, of course.
Yeah, you know, I wish that wouldn't have happened to him in the early part of the race, and may have been a little bit different story. But you know, but he's kept the #1 in sight the whole race, and that's got to be promising for the 36. I mean, as he goes into race 2 tomorrow, let's wrap this thing up. Let's get as many points as we can, and tomorrow, you know, who knows? It may be Josh Hayes on the outside as they get to turn 3.
Yeah, no question about it. And Cardenas is doing what he should be doing, though, which is keep getting the points, keep gaining them every time. Here's that battle for 3rd. Roger Hayden now. Pegram's caught up again. Closing stages, 2 to go. Can Larry do something here? Certainly there's enough time, and he's certainly got a close enough sight of him right now to go for it. Up the hill they go.
You got a real close-up view of that rear tire right there as he ran it into turn 5 a little bit hot, was able to gather it back up and not lose too much time, but he definitely lost a little bit of time. And Eslick's back there lingering behind him a little bit somewhere back there. He's running out of time. He didn't get the start he wanted, and so he'll have to live the fight tomorrow and hopefully do a little bit better on that deal. But right now, Larry is in a pretty good spot. If you think about it, this is the kind you want to be kind of behind on that last lap as you come off the last turn, but you want to be closer than this.
And it's been interesting watching them swirl around under those tires. We heard that Josh Hayes was saying that the tires weren't an easy struggle to get used to, these new tires that they're using, and just feeling the way round. Let's go down to Danielle Teal in the pits.
Idea because
I don't think we have audio. 1 second.
Because I don't know what the problem is.
Dave, I'm sorry. What was the problem do you think here today?
I haven't the faintest idea. I won't know until after the race when I can download the rider and the bike and get some idea as to what's going on.
There you have it. Number 72, Larry Pegram wanted a podium here today. Just not going to happen.
Well, I love pure honesty, and that was just that. Haven't got the faintest idea what's happening, which fair enough. I mean,
yeah.
You know, how can he? But, you know, at least he's telling us the truth, and that's what we want here. But Larry continues now with 1 to go. Across the strip they go. And where, Scott, would you make your move if you were Larry?
Well,
he says making it.
Yeah, you know, you want to try to maybe do something in turn 5, but you know you got to be strong the last half of the track. You know, if you're going to try that, because that leaves the other rider another half of the racetrack left to try to make that move by you and then possibly get out drafted to the line. So it's a catch-22. I think I'd sit right behind him, try to be right there as they come on the front straightaway and do my best to draft him on the line. But I don't know if I'd wait that long again. Here he's got it lined up right now as they come down to the Andretti straightaway. He's not really that close. So this is not going to work in 5, so it's going to have to be somewhere else. Maybe turn 9.
Turn 9, or is there a place that effectively Hayden won't be expecting it?
Well, maybe Canada corner. You're kind of expecting it when the guy's behind you. It could be anywhere right now, but it depends on what kind of what Larry's shown him throughout the race, and we don't know really. We haven't followed this battle the whole way. I think Roger's got him. I think he just needs to keep it together right now. Looks like the 72 is struggling a little bit in some areas through the corners, having to make it up on the brake. I just don't see it happening, but I could be wrong.
On the final lap of this AMA Pro Road Racing National Guard Superbike Race 1 from Road America, and Josh Hayes out front by 3.5 seconds. Cardenas chasing him down, but we're watching the battle between Hayden and Pegram, and at the moment Pegram looking for a spot to try and get past Roger Hayden. He came close then, but this is the part of the circuit that you were talking about a moment ago, but is he close enough, Scott?
No, it looks like Roger gets a great drive off the corner and gaps him just enough, and try to outbreak a guy from that far back is going to be tough.
Well, Cruise City here in Wisconsin for this man, Josh Hayes, back in the zone. Daytona was a disaster. Wisconsin was wonderful for Josh Hayes in Superbike Race 1 as he takes the checkered flag in style. That's how you do it. That's how he's been doing it, and he's going to do it again. Let's get back to this battle. Don't see it's going to change, though, Scott.
No, I think Roger, again, talked to him. He felt better than he has anytime coming to Road America this weekend, and it's shown right here as he's going to bring it on home in front of Larry Pegram. Nice ride.
Very good ride by the pair of them. Pegram crosses the line, and Hayes, Cardenas, Hayden, and Pegram. Another battle here. It's the number 11 of Fillmore and Anthony. Dave Anthony in 9th position, looking to try and finish in the top 10.
Well, it looks like the Yamaha's got some speed as they come over the top of the hill. He's going to have enough.
Crossing the line, he does. Oh, excellent stuff. And Anthony makes it into the top 8. Let's go down to Danielle Till.
I'm here once again with Jim Roach, crew chief to the number 1, Josh Hayes. What a way to redeem yourselves after round 1.
Yeah, it's always great, even at a home track for us, for half the team here. So it's nice to come home and then get back on track with the way the races are supposed to. The way we want to run races, you know. That Josh did a great job of staying out front.
There you have it, number 1, back out front.
Yeah, no surprise. All smiles by the team, and that, you know, you can't plan it better. Pole position, and Josh Hayes rides to victory here in Road America. Great victory here in Superbike Race 1. More action to come, though. Join us in a moment. Welcome back to Road America, where Josh Hayes has just put on an immaculate performance in Superbike Race 1, proving why he's number 1 and why he should go for that 4th consecutive title. Not been done before. Great day of racing already. Let's head down to the pits and join Danielle.
Number 1, Josh Hayes, we knew you'd come back swinging here at round 2. What a way to get back some of those points that you lost in round 1.
Yeah, what a relief, you know, after Daytona and having a couple bad races. And even the last lap, I was kind of scared to death, and I was just trying to make sure I didn't make any mistakes. And, you know, I didn't want to do my part of throwing this thing away. So it was a good race. Right there in the middle, I thought I had a break, and I slowed down a little bit to manage the gap, and they started coming back. And I was like, uh-oh, so I had to pick my pace up again. And it's hard to change your rhythm like that a little bit, but it worked out. The bike is incredible. The Monster Energy Graves Yamaha. I'm on the R1. I'm on the best bike on the grid, so I'm lucky I have that.
How important was this race for you, and how much work did you put in coming into this round?
You know, I probably went a little overboard and got a little silly with how much training I did leading up to this race. So it feels good for all that work to pay off and to get the first one back. I know I'm going to have a big battle tomorrow, and now I feel a little bit better about it. I'm looking forward to it a little more after today's result.
Number 1, Josh Hayes, back in first place.
Yeah, it's been a long 9 weeks, but relief all over the face of Josh Hayes. Scared to death, he said, in the closing stages, but he pulled on out a brilliant victory. And he's got the best bike, he says, and he takes it to victory. Martin Cardenas, though, in 2nd place. Good result for him. Hayden in 3rd. And a little further down, Chris Clark just outside of the top 10. Aaron Yates a little further down in 11th. Danielle Teals got someone else. Who have you got down there, Danielle?
Number 36 of Martin Cardenas, 2nd place here today. Has to feel good to have a 3rd podium, 2nd round into the season.
Yeah, feels pretty good. I think the race was pretty good. I made a good start, but I made a small mistake. I lost 1 position. So I think that delay, I gave up the race there because Josh gapped me a little bit at the first 3 laps or something, and I maintained the gap most likely, and but I couldn't really catch him, so the race was over in the first 3 laps. But it was a good result, 2nd place, and I'm pretty happy.
Now, how about that contact with number 1?
Oh, we a small contact on the turn 2, I think. I went a little bit wide and lost 1 position to Heron, but it's okay. He's racing, and just very happy with the way Yoshimura Suzuki is working, and I'm very happy with the team.
Number 36, Martin Cardenas, second place here today.
These amazing athletes describe it as small contact. I would say it was pretty frightening if I was out there, that's for sure. But Martin Cardenas, though, remaining cool as you do here for the AMA Pro Superbike Race 1 from Road America. Great action on CBS Sports Network. Join us for more after this.
AMA Superbike on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by 1-800-MOTORCYCLE. The lawyers at 1-800-MOTORCYCLE remind you to ride safe tonight. 1-800-MOTORCYCLE. Lawyers helping injured riders. Call or click anytime for a free consultation. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on motorcycle insurance. Get a free rate quote today.
Welcome back to Road America. And Martin Cardenas there. Now leading on 80 points, 9 ahead of Josh Herrin. Pegram, 20 behind, still in 3rd position. Then Danny Eslick, Chris Clark in 5th position. But look at this. Josh Hayes moves all the way up to 6th position and 40 behind. And ahead just of 1 of Roger Hayden. So that really does move things forward here at Road America. Let's go down to Danielle.
The number 72 of Larry Pegram, a little frustrated here today. Worked very hard racing against Roger Hayden. In the last lap, he tried to make a pass on him, and it just didn't work.
Yeah, we got to go back to the drawing board a little bit for tomorrow, find a little bit more speed. But my foremost crew did a good job. We had a lot of mishaps, just little gremlins this weekend in qualifying and stuff. So put me on the 2nd row, and I didn't get the greatest of starts from there. Let those guys get away a little bit. But I thought we were good enough to be 3rd today. Didn't, so I'm pretty disappointed. But we'll come back tomorrow.
Lots of disappointment down here with the number 72, Larry Pegram.
You know, I'm almost excited that he is disappointed because he knows that he described it as gremlins. So, you know, he knows there's work to do, and I know he's going to do it overnight. I get that feeling.
I think so. I think, you know, like I said, he missed some practice this morning due to a pinch fuel line, and, you know, those kind of things you can't really have happen, you know.
Yeah, no question about it. But work to do overnight. Let's go back down to Danielle.
The number 2 of Josh Herrin. Josh, I know this race was very important for you, but a little get off there at the end. You went a little wide and ended up not finishing quite where you wanted to. It was a pretty important race for you. How are you feeling?
Kind of disappointed, you know. We had a good, you know, solid 3rd place in the bag, and just something happened. I'm not quite sure, but it, you know, just picked up a lot of speed all of a sudden and ran straight off the track, and I couldn't keep it on. So, you know, come back strong tomorrow and try again.
But you made some great passes out there.
Yeah, you know, it was kind of a boring race in 3rd for a while. It made it kind of fun running off, having to catch back up. So, you know, just like I said, come back tomorrow strong, and hopefully the R1 is running strong tomorrow and trying to contend for a 3rd place, top 3.
Number 2, Josh Herrin, looking for better things in tomorrow's race.
Yeah, slightly disappointed in the body language, said it all there. Just a little wave that said, you know what, I'm not too happy.
No, he's not happy. He made a mistake. He ran off, and you know, you can't do that. Those are the kind of things that's just going to hand it to Hayes, you know, right back to him. But so it's going to be a long season for those guys trying to keep this guy off their back.
As we say in England, normal service has been resumed.
Yes, it has.
No question about it. Josh Hayes back to what he does best, which is winning, and he's done it in style. He wins Superbike Race 1 here from Elkhart Lake and Road America. Some great actions throughout the Race 1, though, and more to come. For Scott Russell, Danielle Teal, and Diana Dahlgren, I'm Jonathan Green. For scores, highlights, and more, go to cbssports.com. This has been a presentation of AMA Pro Road Racing, your 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Join us tomorrow. Plenty more action to come.